Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you've never seen my face before, my name is Jessica and I'm so excited Charlie here with me today. In today's video, we're doing a little makeup routine. Before we get started, I kind of want to show y'all my outfit. It low-key eats. We're bringing back the anemic. I don't know why I said that, guys. This jacket is New Balance. Do not ask me where this hoodie is from. Just know the hoodie didn't do anything to me, okay? And then these jeans are Motel Rock. It's a calm little fit. Alright guys, septum is flipped up, face is washed. I do this to keep my hair back. I know it's in a ponytail, but I also just love feeling aesthetic, I guess. I'm going to show you guys my skincare routine as well. For toner, I use the Glow Recipe. I'm not sponsored by any of these brands, but I actually love every single product I'm going to be using today. But yeah, this is the Glow Recipe toner. I didn't want to, I guess, promote any of my skincare products just because I don't want to sound rude or anything, but my skin is clear because of genetics. It's not because of products, but I will be recommending everything I put on my face because genetics does not equal glow. Glow Recipe, oh my gosh, shine bright like a diamond. Okay, am I Rihanna or what? You cannot get this glow just off waking up. Look at me right now. I'm not even done. But yes, that's the East African. The first thing people want to say is, dang, your forehead is big. And dang, my skin is clear. What I just put on was the Glow Recipe Dew Drops. And then I'm going to go in with some sunscreen. As we can see, she's very well loved. Yes. And then for moisturizer, I haven't really seen anybody use, but I've been using petroleum jelly for the last few months. I used to have a completely different skincare routine when my face was actually like bad. But once I got into high school, a lot of stress was coming into my life because AP classes, honors classes, you know, I was in a medical pathway. So there was just a lot going on just at school. So imagine at home, mentally, you know, stuff like that. So I would have breakouts. Now that I'm thinking about it, it was because of stress. We're almost done prepping the skin. The last step is primer. I don't use primer all the time just because I really don't know what it's for. I get it sticky and stuff, but I don't know, it makes my makeup feel different. These are my holy grails. I've been talking about these since I think sophomore or junior year. If there's a dupe, I will have it, okay? If there's a dupe, I will have my hands on it. This is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. This is my baby. It evens out skin tone. I hate foundation. I cannot do foundation because you can feel foundation on your skin. You can feel like, I hate the feeling of foundation on my skin. I hate it so much. This is a really good product because it acts as foundation without such full coverage. Me and her, like this. I don't want to add too much. 3 stripes on each cheek, my forehead, down to my chin, and then around my mouth. But dampen your beauty blender. Believe it or not, these used to be the same colors. When I mean dampen, don't just soak it there and then come back. Actually squeeze out all the excess water and then come back. Come back, yeah. Literally glowing. And back to life, babe. I'm so dramatic. I don't know why I'm being so dramatic in this video. Around my nose and my mouth is way darker than right here and my forehead. So the e.l.f. Halo Glow literally just evens everything out and it just looks so false. It looks so good. While we're here, I do want to do a little story time on how I told my mom about my septum piercing. All my friends have been asking me like, what was her reaction? Like, how, like, what happened? Like, really, literally what happened? Because I had posted something on my spam account on TikTok and they were like, what the freak did you do? Like, what was her reaction for her to be doing all this? Like, for real. But for my septum, I got it a week after my birthday and I went with my dad. He was okay with it and I thought I would look like a baddie. I think I do. I don't know. Please tell me comment down below if it actually fits me or not. I think I like it. I don't know. I think I just have to get used to it, you know? The next product is the Too Faced Born This Way Concealer. Also pre-loved. You can't even read it. But this is the Too Faced Born This Way Concealer in the shade Chai. My winter shade for e.l.f. Halo Glow is shade 7 Deep/Rich. We were walking around and there's a piercing place and we were like, okay, I'm gonna go. So we get there. I get it pierced. It's so quick. The lady is so nice. She's so sweet. Oh my gosh. She was calling me baby. She said sweetie. She said honey. She was like, okay, love. But she was like sweet talking me, which made it even like I can't be a wussy in front of this baddie. Hello? I cannot wuss out in front of this bat. She was beautiful too. I cannot wuss out. I could not wuss out in front of her. So I put concealer on these areas, under my eyes. I used to put it in the middle, but recently I've stopped doing that. We put it on my chin and on my forehead. We're gonna let that dry. While I do that, we're gonna do our brows. For brows, you can't really see it. I don't know where it's from. It's just brow gel. Just get any type of brow gel. And then I also have a spoolie. I just grab some and then just wipe it on my brows. And then I just brush up. Just up, like I just go up. And then I kind of arch, or not arch, but I shape them by just going like that. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I just shape them just like that. Like, and then at the end, I just like to keep it brushed out. And then I do the same thing for this eye. I get the piercing. The piercing is it's very cute. Everybody I went with said it looks so good on me. Even the lady, she said when I walked in, that's the like piercing she hoped that I said I wanted. Well, I'm Kenyan. My parents are from Kenya. So traditions are very different from here and Kenya. My parents aren't really traditional. There's just some things that they hold near and dear to their heart. And my mom doesn't really like septums. Like, she just doesn't really like them. She's never really talked about them, but growing up, I used to want to be like very gothic, and there's no problem with that. Like, but whenever like I got older, I kind of grew out of that phase, and my mom just laughed at me like for wanting to be goth. She brings that up every month. But usually people with septums are of that aesthetic, so she just kind of didn't want me, I guess, to be gothic. I don't know. So to blend out my concealer, it's kind of dried up, it's all tacky. I'm gonna use a mini brush to just blend it all in. But septum piercings just aren't traditional, basically. Like, when you go to Kenya, you won't see people with septums. I get it done. My mom likes, or my stepmom likes it, my dad likes it, and then it's time to go home. My parents are divorced, as you can kind of tell in the story. So I come home, it's flipped up. She hasn't seen it yet. And I've had other piercings before. I used to have my smiley pierced. If you don't know what a smiley is, it's like, I low-key miss my smiley, but it's okay. It felt like a situationship with my smiley because it was so bad. That's a whole nother story. But I pierced my smiley about 6 times in that time period, from sophomore year to summer of senior year. Whenever I blend it out with a brush, there's usually like a harsh line. So I use the same beauty blender that I used earlier to soften up that line, basically. But I get home and I don't want to lie to her. So I'm straight up with her. I meet her in her room. She's already kind of tired, which is, I thought would be perfect. I literally thought it would be perfect, but turns out it wasn't perfect. So I didn't think she would like really process much. She processed a lot. I went up to her and I'm like, hey, I have to tell you something. And she was like, yeah, what happened? And I'm like, I got a piercing. And she said, okay, where? I've had piercings before. The one that she hated the most was a smiley. That's the one that she hated the most. But she's never really cared that much. The most she would do was beg me to take it out. Like, it was nothing like serious. She didn't ground me or anything like that. And the smiley I did myself. This time I went to a professional. I'm like, I got a piercing. And she's like, okay, where? And I'm like, on my nose. And she's like, how? Because you have your glasses. And she thought I was talking about my navel one. And then I said, like, it's not that one. I got my septum pierced. And she said, you're what? You're what pierced? Yeah, me, dad, stepmom, stepbrother. I'm not gonna say their names, just privacy, you know. Please don't be mad at them. Like, I kind of made them do it. Like, if you're gonna be mad at anybody, be mad at me. And she was like, so dad was okay with this? And I was like, yeah, he signed the papers, but if you're gonna be mad at anybody, be mad at me, because I've been begging for this. And he was like, wait till you're 18. Right when I turned 18, I called him. She goes on the phone with him, and her native language isn't English. So they're speaking Swahili. I know what they're saying, like, hello. But she's like interrogating him on why he would do that without asking her, and like why, like, what's wrong with me. And then like she gets off the phone and she's just silent. I'm like, what's wrong? she takes her glasses off and starts crying. Like, that made me feel so bad. Like, that's made me feel so bad. I'm not a disrespectful, like, daughter. Like, I really don't act out. And I didn't see it as something, like, as awful as it was, like, at the time. Because I'm a big believer on my body, my, like, choice. But one thing I will not do while I'm in my mom's house is get a tattoo. That's one thing I actually cannot do. Like, I just would never do that. Because I know, she talks about having tattoos, like, there's no tomorrow. Like, it's the end of the world, like, actually. So I would never do that, like, in her house, like, while I'm living in her house. But she was just like, why would you do that? Like, what, like, compels you to want something like that? And I was like, damn. We were just, like, crying together, because it really broke me, like, seeing her cry. I don't see her cry, like, often. I don't see her cry at all. The only other time I've seen her cry was my sophomore year. Just seeing her, like, be that emotional, like, about it, I was like, damn, I really effed up. Like, I feel so bad. But I didn't want to take it out because it wasn't healed yet. Me taking out the piercing before it's even healed, it's an open wound. Like, anything could happen. Literally anything could happen. I made an agreement with her. When I'm at home, she won't even see it. Like, she literally will not see it. It won't come out. Like, it's gonna be okay. You won't even remember I got it. And she was okay with that. She was like, yeah, that's fine. Like, thank you for, you know, understanding where I'm coming from. Because again, Kenya is so different from America. Like, as she was growing up, people didn't get piercings. When she grew up, people didn't get tattoos. Like, pause the story time. Look at my hands. For blush, I like go between two. Not really go between, but sometimes I just use the Rare Beauty blush. And then sometimes I combine it with this LA Girl Soft Matte Cream blush. One dot right there, one dot right there, dot and dot. That's it. This time I'm just gonna use my Rare Beauty because I don't want too much blush. I fear I actually have blush blindness. And then I also go like into my eyelid. I forgot where I was in the story, but we're gonna fast forward to like present time. Now it's January 22nd, like 2 months later. I think she's starting to like it. I'm not like forcing her to like it. It's just like one day, like 3 days ago, I forgot to flip it up and she didn't tell me to like flip it up. Anytime it was out, she would just be like, remember to flip it up. And I forgot to flip it up one time and she didn't really care. So it's been 3 days. It's been 3 days and it's been out and she hasn't said anything about it. So I think she's slowly starting to, you know, like it. I think it's cute, but I wouldn't ruin my like relationship with my mom over a piercing. Now onto powder. I use the HD Finishing Powder by NYX. I boom, 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 and then pat all the excess off because I don't want to look like a ghost. And then I go where the concealer is. I don't really go like towards the blush. I just try to keep it where the concealer is. It's like a little triangle right here and over here. I get my nose, and then I also come down here, my chin, and where my smile line is really. Whew. Okay. For mascara, I do have lash clusters on, but for my bottom ones, I just use Sky High. I'm not gonna be able to talk, I have to focus. This is supposed to be the Charlotte Tilbury dupe. This and the e.l.f. Halo Glow are both Charlotte Tilbury dupes, but this is the Milani Make It Last Original setting spray. We shake it, and then I just kind of test it, and then for lips, I've been starting to use this e.l.f. lip tint. I kind of talked about it a little bit, I think in my other video, my last video. When I went to the store, I meant to get the lip oil, but they have the same packaging. The lip tint and the lip oil have the exact same packaging. So I haven't really been using it, but I have started putting it in like the inner parts of my bottom lip just to add a pop of color. I'll like add a few dots and then pat it in with a finger. And then I go between these two lip products. This one is just a clear lip gloss. It's, I don't know, Brilliant Leverage. It's just like a gold cap. I don't know where to get it from, but I think you can get this at a beauty supply store. I've been loving my Summer Fridays. She's dented and all. I love her so much. This is the Beige Vanilla Summer Fridays. And that's it. That's literally it. If you wear glasses like me, I would advise you put powder on like the bridge of your glasses and also on your nose, just so it doesn't like transfer. But we're all done. I hope this kind of gave y'all an insight into my makeup routine and what that looks like. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I can't wait until I see you in the next one. Bye bye.